Hey everybody, welcome to another live stream for GFW Trains, where we talk about everything,
but mostly trains.
Right on, it's Fast Friday, we're here, we're ready to talk some trains. If you don't know us, I'm Wally, I'm the guy who takes people places.
I'm George, the guy who drives himself places.
And Bilko.
And we're here, we're ready to talk some trains. We've got some good stuff going on tonight, and we'd like to sit down, share with you, and have a chat. So sit back. If you haven't already, grab yourself an iced tea or something nice to drink. I think these guys got it. And let's go. Let's have a good time. So this year, if you haven't been to GFW Trains before, this is the Yes Railroad. And the Yes Railroad, hold on, I'm doing something here, comments. This here is the Yes Railroad here, where we're in Yorkville, and the Yes Railroad stands for
Western Shore.
Right on. So we're going to talk a little bit about trains tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about everything.
But mostly trains.
Right. Mostly trains. And we're back at it. So, George, actually, I'll turn you to Bill. Bill, you brought a special train around out here tonight.
You did bring a special train out here tonight. I got the Empire Builder.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And you'll be able to see the Empire. It just went under Bill's shoulder there. You'll be able to see the Empire Builder as it rolls around the track. Right now it's on the inside, but we're going to be running it back up to the top where we have got the daylight, and then this is where the big boys at right now. But as always, what happened was we were rolling on the live stream, getting everything going, and we were pressed for time, and here we are. So, George, tell us a little bit about this live stream and the roots of the live stream. So this live stream goes way back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it started, 2019, would you say? 2020?
2019?
I think because we started doing live streams before COVID. I think we did like one or two before COVID because we used to work on the layout. And then they kind of just ramped up during COVID because we had really nothing better to do. And they started actually, you guys can't see it right here, but if you right over in this direction, we used to put the computer up on the station over there before there's anything right there, yeah. Before there was any like scenery on the station. And originally that wasn't a station, that was the platform to put the computer on so you could see the trains when it turned into the station. But yeah, so that's kind of where it started, and then went until about 2024, would you say?
Right.
Then just life happened, and
World opened up a little bit.
Yeah, and so then we've gotten out, and we've done almost over what? Gosh, I mean,
we got to be pushing about 150 live streams.
Yeah.
But we haven't done very many in the last couple of years, and Bill and I figured that it'd be a fun thing to do to get these live streams fired up again. George, if he wants to join us, that'd be great. He'll be around for a little while, and he was able to join us tonight. But I think that Bill and I are going to try and carry on the banner.
Well, we're going to try. We're working on it. We'll work on it.
We
might not talk about everything.
Mostly trains, of course. But it's really cool. We've got some friendly faces here. One of the first things that we like to do is if you're first through the door, we like to say hello. So say hello to, hold on here, Yield C, which is going to Amherst. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Bill's been to Amherst.
Yes, sir.
I've
It's like the York of the Northeast.
Yep.
I said east, but York is out.
I know. Gotta say Northeast.
Yeah. Of course, we got good old Milwaukee Rome to James in. We'll get back to that Amherst because I'd love to talk about that. Let's see here. We got Rose Jewel Railroad in here. Cool. This is a lot of really good, fun old names for people that have been around for a long time. Thanks, guys, for coming back in and being part of this. So we have got GFW Trains. All right. We like the the name there, GFW, GBR. I love it. I love it.
It comes from an era, or at least like before we started making YouTube videos regularly. The name, there were a couple of YouTubers at the time that had their initials and then trains, lines, railroading.
Right.
And it takes inspiration from a buddy of mine, Tim, who had a YouTube channel called TDF Lines at the time. And I really looked up to Tim, and I wanted to make my YouTube channel. So I made my YouTube channel GFW Trains. But I don't want to be exactly like copying it. But I mean, it takes heavy influence from it.
Right. And Chris Lambert, Lambo's in the house. And now, see, Lambo is the one I got confused with apples and oranges because Lambo is from San Diego. He's out from California.
Oh, okay.
Right. Devon McKenzie, always showing up, always there, always on time. Good to have you here, Devon. I got to get everybody up on here. And, yeah. So I want to look back around. So Amherst, right? You call the Big E, right?
It's at the Big E,
Okay.
which is the exposition center in Springfield, Mass. And Amherst Railroad Society puts it on, and it's a great show. I had never been to York. See, I lived in Connecticut for 11 years, and I knew one person in the TCA. And at the time, you had to have 2 people recommend for you to be in the TCA.
Yeah, so you weren't able to get in.
I wasn't able to go anywhere or do anything. And but the Springfield Amherst show was going on, and it's always around my birthday, so I treated myself
That's
twice.
right. Your birthday's right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. So, anyways, I treated myself a couple of times to go to Amherst. And the difference between York and the Big E at the time was York was buy and sell, strictly buy and sell, right? And Amherst is all scales, and they had all modular layouts. And it was just a lot of fun to see buildings full of trains. Living in Connecticut, there was some type of train show every weekend. Some were just display, some were just for sale, but you always had to drive an hour in any direction, to get to one. But the Amherst one it's really big. It's a really great show.
So, and it's not only a buy and sell, right? It's
not just
also,
a buy and sell.
It's also display. And
also display, and they have lots of seminars. I mean, they'll have a seminar on scenery. There's bleachers set up for the seminars.
Oh, wow.
So it's not just like, a few chairs, but no, they have bleachers set up for their seminars.
Right.
It's really great.
Right. And so we're all part of the Train Collectors Association. You mentioned that. And I just got to make sure that, so everybody who's not part of the Train Collectors Association, Train Collectors Association, as George likes to say, is the largest organization in the world. But, what's the video that you did that on?
It was I'm Loving Toy Trains Part 1. Which there is no Part 2. Everybody was asking when Part 2 is going to come out, but Lionel Nation had their parts, right?
Yeah.
So I always thought I'd do layout videos of other people's layouts, and just because my grandpa's layout was in Lionel Nation Part 5, so I was like, oh, that's just the first layout in the series. I mean, technically there is a Part 2, but it wouldn't be on my layout. But I mean, it's never happened. The script never left the.
Right. But we all love the Train Collectors Association. You got to get into the Train Collectors Association. You got to have one person recommend you to get in, right? Or is it no?
No.
Oh,
None.
All right.
Join. No sponsors anymore. They would just
there
take
you go.
Your money and you're in.
No, there you go. And we enjoy it. We're part of the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association here in the Chicagoland area. We've got a lot of really neat things that we do through that. They're big. Train, one of the divisions, the Eastern Division of the Train Collectors Association, that is one of the presenters of one of the biggest meets in the country too, which is York.
Yep.
And we've all been.
We just go to York, where you say it, call York, because it's in York, Pennsylvania.
Right.
And it's the Eastern Division that puts on this train meet
Wait,
at the fairgrounds.
There's another name. Oh, it's just called York.
Well,
everybody just says, are you going to York?
Yeah.
Of course.
Is there an actual official name for
I
it?
think it's the Eastern Division.
Eastern Divisions.
Oh, Big Meat or whatever?
Yeah.
What?
Twice a year. I know. No,
No, that doesn't sound right.
just York.
Yeah.
I go to York.
thank you right now, Denny. You're involved with this, and as you guys know, in the YouTube world, that the algorithm likes us, pushes us out there. So please, if you haven't already, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. If you're new and you like what we do, hit that subscribe button. There you go. There you go. So yeah, and then there's the Big E or Amherst, right? There's York. Then here local to us is Milwaukee.
Right, Train Fest.
Train Fest, which is another big one out here by us. Not to be confused with Train Fair. GFW Train Fair.
That's correct.
They were copyright pending.
Copyright pending. There's a long story behind that. One day we'll share that with you on one of these live streams. But yes, it's so Train Fest is out there in Milwaukee, and that's a really cool one and a really big one too. Is that kind of like what Amherst is? Is that are they similar?
More selling.
More selling at
More
Milwaukee?
selling at
Or Amherst?
At Amherst.
Okay, and is Amherst all different gauges?
Correct. All gauges.
Okay.
All sizes and shapes.
Right.
So, you know, it's funny you say talk about Train Fest. I was talking with Bill Bailey. I was talking with the other day, and he's like, he was complimenting the videos of the Midwest Division modular layout at Train Fest. All those videos that you
Best
took
layout
of,
there.
Right.
Yes.
when you put the camera on the flat car and went around on some of our big layouts.
Yeah. It's fun. We've got some of that up on the library. Yeah, some of our layouts that we put up on Milwaukee. Right. They're on the GFW Trains library, so it's something you can go back and take a look at.
Oh, there's Bernsey Oski.
Bernsey!
The name's changed. Soon it's going to be Mr. Bernsey.
Mr. Bernsey.
Bernsey's O scale. Okay, what? Did you lose a rail?
Yeah. I was trying to think of one out west. I know that there was a couple of ones that
There's one in Denver, I think.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a big one in Denver.
the big one in Denver, and then Cal-Sag.
Yeah,
right?
Cal-Sag. Right, not Cal-Sag. Cal Stewart.
Cal Stewart.
Cal-Sag. It's a canal, or like a shipping canal here in the Chicago area. That's the Cal-Sag Canal. But there's the one out.
Cal Stewart is a combination of TCA and one of the other clubs.
TTOS?
It's hard to say. What two clubs
That's
got
not,
together?
I don't think it's
Lots and
whatever. Yeah, no, I think it might be
together.
TTOS and TCA, I think. Are the two.
I remember they made those cars for them forever, and it had like TTOS on one. It was like a post-war or NPC style caboose, or, the SP post-war cabooses, the super small ones. Then I remember seeing them in the auctions, the stock auctions, the TTOS and the TCA on one side.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know.
So that's the big, like some of the big ones around. But one of the cool things is, like you were saying, there's big meets all over, or there's train meets all over the country. Out east, there's a lot of them all over the time, and we belong to the Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association. We have monthly meets out here where we buy and sell and get together and commiserate and go. We have open houses. I personally really like being part of all of these organizations in the train club.
Right.
And my favorite in particular is the Train Collectors Association.
Well, it's one thing to always buy and sell because it's always neat to see new stuff for sale that you've never seen. But also the fact is you got to remember it's a social organization, and it's mostly about seeing the guys and seeing what they're up to, and they can see what you're up to. And
Right.
especially if you start having problems with an engine or some kind of
Right, no,
your
that's-
train is like you got a problem. Like, who do you see? Who do I talk
You
to?
bring it with a piece of track, and then you'll get like 100 different opinions.
Yes. You'll be able to hopefully figure out which one's the right one. Right one. Well, George, why don't you step away for a second? Then we had to start the stream up a little bit early, so we don't have some of the trains that are running that we wanted to run. So George is going to do that and get that set up. Bill, why don't you come on over here to the chair over here, and done by him? Mostly trains. Yep. So everybody just rolling through the door. Welcome to the Yes Railroad here in GFW Trains Worldwide Studios. We talk about everything but mostly trains. And Bill has brought in a special train, which is this one right here. I think what we're going to try and do at some point is get this one up on that high track. But we have trains clogging up the track all over the place here. Cool trains, mind you, cool trains. But right now we've got the daylight. You can kind of see the daylight over here. That is clogging up the ramp up to the track. So, so Rose Jewel Railroad was asking Bill if you had a YouTube channel.
I do not have a YouTube channel.
But he is for a long time been a contributor on GFW Trains.
That's correct.
And we're thankful
if not
for that.
on it or behind the scenes.
Right? Definitely.
Coming up with goofy ideas because, you know, that's how you ZW.
That's how you
Okay,
ZW.
so that's the question of the night. What episode on GFW Trains was That's How You ZW?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tell us what video, what's the date on that one? This one?
Were we train racing that day?
Yes, we were.
Very good,
It's one
very
of the last times that there was
Oh,
train races on this layout.
So, to go back to the Wayback Machine, we call it Fast Friday because we used to have train races on the layout where we would race around. The layout was still in construction phase. So on these two tracks here, we'd have a race around, or we'd have races around here and see who would win, and we'd have a good old time with that. And Bill was the king of the ZW. Teaching everybody how to ZW. Yeah. Yeah. So I want to go back to this. This is kind of sad but neat all at the same time. I'm going to roll this back to the old Sea Witch. He was stating that he's going to be bringing his O-Gauge Bowser Corgi PCC trolley that was used in I Love Toy Train 6. He's going to try and run it on someone's layout. Well, kind of
You'll find somebody that'll let you run it on the layout.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, when we do the Midwest Division modular layout, people bring in their trains, put it on the track. Let's make it go. Let's see it go.
Right. Well, one of the sad things that happened relatively recently, I want to say within the last 6 months, year, is Tom McComas, the gentleman that made and produced
He
the
just passed away.
I Love Toy Train videos, passed away. And the family is, there we go, Leave It to Milwaukee Road, James.
That's how you ZW.
Right. Yeah. So the family is, they had a hobby shop up in Indiana.
Right.
They're right on the Indiana-Michigan border. And they had kind of a little production studio in the hobby shop. And they're divesting the hobby shop now of all of the trains, all of the trains.
That's a heck of a collection. Most of the stuff that you see in those videos was
Right.
his. Very little of it was borrowed.
Right.
It was all his.
So they've been auctioning it off, and they've had a couple of different auctions
Oh, nice.
for that. And there's one auction that I is going to be next weekend. They're having an auction. I'm not sure. You have to look it up. So I'm saying this without the information behind it to back that up. But if you do a Google search, it's not a usual train auction house that's selling all this stuff.
Right.
It's a local auction house that's doing it. And I'm not sure if they have online bidding or if it's all in person. But if you're interested, look it up. I was thinking that I might go out there next weekend. My daughter, I thought, was going to be out in that area, and I was going to try and go visit her and go to the auction. But as it turns out, she's not going to be out in that area, so I might not get a chance to go out there. But I would love to have a piece of I Love Toy Trains history.
That would be cool.
If it's not online bidding, that might be an option that's worth going to.
Yeah, right. But I don't know what they have. It might be like boxes of trash and shelves and
Oh, you know, like catalog of it.
I haven't delved into it that much. I just got a friend of mine Facebook messaged me that. So yeah. So I would like to have, like a piece of that. We kind of
One of those crashed ones that went off the the bridge when it was open?
Oh,
Or?
no.
Oh no!
Oh, no. George always used to say,
Oh no!
when George was a little boy and something like that would happen, he'd go, no, no.
But then you graduate to SHIT.
Oh!
Right. I got spanked.
Hey, that looks new. Is that new?
The,
Windmills? You mean?
no, that's
Old.
not old, but it's newer.
Okay. How
That's
come I didn't notice that 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So-
I'll have to check with you.
And actually, what I'm going to do here, Bill is talking about the Yes Railroad here, and we've had a lot of different changes over the years with the Yes Railroad, where scenery and everything like that. And we've got a since a lot of people were last on here. On the other side of the camera, we have got a lot of neat scenery that's been put in place. I'll spin the camera around here. You can see this a little bit, which is kind of neat. Is we've got over here, we've got the station and the station platform where there's a little race going on, and the station platforms underneath. Don't pay attention to that the sofa there, but that's the.
That's why you got to close up
We've,
there.
we've transitioned the room down here, the train room, a little bit into a living train room where we could have people come and visit and everything like that. But if you're going past the station there, we've got downtown Chicago now in the corner. Some neat stuff going on there in Chicago. We've got some features. We've got the big boy over there in the corner that's standing on top of the apartment building. You can see my dad, in honor of him, above the Sears Tower there. There's a Convair 580 that's flying into O'Hare Airport. And in the midst of all of this, we've got a UFO that's trying to suck up or levitate up the beam that's there in Chicago. If you look closer, you can see that. We've got our lift bridge with two Godzillas fighting, and we've got Santa on the top of the lift bridge. And then as you come around here, on the other side here, we've got, you can't see it really well, but this is, we've got some windmills, and then that is the Yorkville area. We've got a neat rotary coal tipple accessory background there, so that's pretty cool spot, pretty cool accessories and everything like that. Back, see if we're
All right.
back in action. But that's the Yes Railroad. Just a real brief tour. It's a double dog bone railroad where we've got two parts of the dog bone up here that are on top of each other, and then a couple of loops around. We love it. It definitely does. Definitely does. And then for those of you that are just new, we've got over here, this is the Eastern Shore. We've got New York City behind here. Over, we move around a little bit. Right behind Bill is the legendary Hellgate Bridge. So that's good stuff. So Bill, I got some train news to tell you.
All right.
So I am going to be traveling out east. My mom and I were hopping in the Cardinal, and we are going to be traveling from Chicago to Washington, D.C.
Sounds cool.
Yes, we're going to get a sleeper coach and everything on there.
First
Then we're going to
class.
go from Washington, D.C. We're going to hop on the Acela, and we're going to go up to Boston.
All right.
So I'm be out there with all you Eastern guys out there. So we're the Acela we're going to be riding from Washington, D.C. to Boston is the old model Acela. And then we're going to be riding the Acela back from Boston to D.C. And that's going to be the new version of Acela. And then we're going to take from Washington, D.C. back to Chicago. We're not going to be taking the Cardinal back. We're going to be taking the Floridian back.
Oh.
That's going to be coming back through Washington, D.C. from Florida. So we'll be taking the Floridian back.
That's a quick trip. That's a lot of trains.
Yeah,
That's a lot of trains.
yeah. So it should be good. It should be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I'm hopefully going to get a lot of good footage on there, be able to share that, and maybe even be able to live stream some stuff out there. That would be kind of fun. But if not, I'm going to hopefully get some good footage for some for some videos.
Wow.
That new Acela, the old Acela, little comparison. I don't know too much about that new Acela, but it looks like a step forward, at least in terms of a modern fast railroad. So, yeah. So, I'm really looking forward to that, Rose Jewel, and it's going to be with my mom. And for those of you guys that know my mom, you know that she's really into the whole train culture, and specifically loves riding trains. So that should be a fun thing to share and fun thing to do. In fact, she may be watching this right now, and Mom, it's good times. My downside is I am not going to be around for Valentine's Day. So if my wife is watching, sorry, honey, I have.
She's riding the Metro.
I have a backup guy taking you on the Metro train.
We don't got none of that.
Nobody.
Acela money around here.
Everybody, please don't say I got mommy issues. That boy got mama issues. Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
You just go. I got it set up.
So,
You don't
Rose Jewel says he hears a squeaky wheel, George.
I hear it too. I think it's from this set.
So, George, all right, here's what we're doing. These guys are here, and I'll kind of get you guys up to speed. We're working all of the stuff around here. We're putting you can see the Empire Builder coming around here. And Bill, as it's coming around here, talk to me about the Empire Builder. Who makes the engine on the Empire?
Okay, so this is MTH engine.
It's like the best of everything, right?
Yeah, this is. There's
lot of
mostly K-line. Most of the cars are K-line. The RPO is MTH. The mail car, boxcar is K-line. But this engine, the 2584, actually was built to pull the Empire Builder. Did my great research and looked up Wikipedia and whatever Wikipedia, whatever it is. Yeah, well,
Give me some of that Wikipedia, George.
That's right.
Knock off. So, hey,
That's my mind.
and you'll be able to see, well, maybe you'll be able to see, I'm going to show you over here. This, you can kind of see the
It's gonna go up.
Empire Builder over here that's going up the incline. And you'll see it wrap around the back of the incline up right around here. Empire Builder will, where it'll go up here on the upper level. We're going to run that one on the upper level. And you might have noticed the jockeying that was going on before. The daylight here was on the ramp that was leading up to the upper level. So here we got Mike's Trainhouse engine, right? Got the Mike's Trainhouse engine. And we've got K-Line, and those are 21-inch passenger cars.
That's correct.
The RPO, which is a Mike's Trainhouse.
Yep.
And what about the boxcar there?
It's K-Line.
Okay.
Storage Mail Express.
Okay. There you go.
Anyway, the
That's-
2584 is actually the last remaining S3. They built only 14 of these engines in real life. Wonder Woman. And it's
The
out
last
in-
one, no skin, too.
Anyways,
Bill's on a mission to scrap all of them.
yeah.
Grab all the old-
Don't
No,
scrap all
he
of
runs
them.
them off the layout, then they scraps.
But actually, it's the last one, and it's on display out in the cabin. Oh, yeah, I can say that. Havre. Go ahead, say it. Havre? Okay.
I have no idea.
Go ahead. Whatever.
All I know
It
is
was cool. I had this engine, and then we went out to Seattle on the Empire Builder, and I saw it, and I took pictures of it, and I'm like, I think I like the model better. Yeah. Uh-oh. We got wires.
we're on the boat. We're on the boat. right, we're not on the boat anymore. Cool.
All right.
But yeah,
Don't you have a Weaver one too?
I do. When I bought the T-line set, it actually came with the Weaver engine.
That'd be a cool candidate
Yeah.
for non-liquid.
I know.
right.
Just well, I did have one. I finally sold a steam engine. I sold a train, and I made a little bit of profit.
All right. That's rare for us.
That's very rare.
Right.
Usually we run them to the ground,
Right.
and nobody wants it. Who
Dude,
wants our
we're
stuff?
Not, we're
No
not
one.
good at selling trains, and we're not good at making profit.
That's right. You guys
Yeah.
should do that, George. It's totally empty now. Doesn't have any operating system.
Yeah. So anybody out there watching the stream right now have any Great Northern equipment? If you do, what kind of trains do you operate Great Northern? Because Great Northern, I don't know if you guys knew this. So like me, I'm not a very. I guess when I was younger, I based my railroad taste and what on what like young George was like. And when I was growing up, I did not have too many favorite railroads other than, and I'll tell you how that went for me. I liked the Great Northern because one of my first trains was a Great Northern. I liked the Amtrak because my first train
All right.
was an Amtrak train. In fact, it's right up over here. I'll show you that one. As long as we're talking about it.
There you go.
This is my first train right here.
That looks like a good train racing
It
train.
is. This would be a good train racing train.
Put the rocket on top.
He's
of
even
it.
got the rare B
Where's-
unit.
I do, but that wasn't part of my first train set. I'll put this one over there for the time being. So I like Amtrak, I like Great Northern, and then another one of my first like really nice train sets that I got was the Canadian Pacific. So I was growing
I
up.
know you're a real fan of that.
So when I was growing up, those were my favorite railroads, the Canadian Pacific. That said, when I got older, I started realizing, and I didn't think about this much, but when I was growing up, I lived right near the main line for the Milwaukee Road. So as such, I just took it for granted that Milwaukee Road trains were running back and forth and back and forth. So now as I grew older, Milwaukee Road was one of my favorites just because that's the railroad that I grew up with. But there's also a side note on that. There's another railroad that grew on me over the years, and that railroad is the Sioux Line. And the Sioux Line, I never liked the Sioux Line because when I was growing up, the Sioux bought the Milwaukee Road. Just when I started to understand railroads and everything like that, the Sioux bought the Milwaukee Road. And they started to repaint all of my Milwaukee Road engines in the Sioux.
Oh,
Not only that, but they would bring in the Sioux Line engines. And I thought the Sioux Line engine paint jobs were so boring. There's black and white.
Yeah, black and white with the red.
Right. Oh, I forgot to tell you.
I grew up in Forest Park, and they always look like junk.
The Sioux Line
The
engine.
Sioux Line, they're always rusty.
The reason why it's not around anymore.
Yeah. Isaiah, thanks for coming in. We're all doing great. We're talking about our railroads. Oh, and the other one I forgot to tell you, and this is one that I think over the years has kind of grown on George a little bit too, is I love GG1s. GG1s were my favorite engine.
Whoa, Corona.
Wait, I'm going somewhere. I love GG1s, and because I love GG1s, one of the railroads that I loved was the Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So I love the Pennsylvania Railroad too for a period of time. So getting back to George has had a love-hate relationship with the Pennsylvania Railroad.
See, I love Western railroads, but you can find PRR stuff cheap on eBay. So, with my budget, that's what I buy.
I don't know. I think that the Pennsylvania Railroad's growing on you. George was part of the plan for world domination of the Pennsylvania Railroad.
No. The SP is going to take over the
No, no Pennsylvania, no New York Central, except for us.
So we got a Hudson smoking a cigarette back here.
So the smoker.
Yeah, Isaiah, in my mind, the GG1's the king.
Yeah,
That's my
I
favorite.
know, that is your favorite.
That is my favorite. Bill, what's your favorite?
CB&Q.
Ah, yeah, of course.
CB&Q. You have to wait till next live stream for the CB&Q train.
So, George, what you got going on there?
Well, I fixed the smoke unit on this. It's got a nice Marlboro red.
Rose Jules, right? Doctor, that nailed that one. George, what's your favorite train?
Whoop.
My favorite train?
There we
I don't know
go.
why I thought about that.
Take a
Drink
drink.
and drink. Everybody was in the.
Where's your drink?
We have a.
Wait. Product placement.
There we go. Yeah, we have a tradition on GFW Trains on the live stream. Whenever anyone says anything about
And forward.
Jab forward,
Take a
time
drink.
to take a drink. Time to take a drink. Yep. So, Bill, so all right, CB&Q,
CB&Q
Burlington, which is
from 50s and 60s. So I like the GP9s that are black and gray, and I like the F units that are chrome.
The white
Whatever,
ones?
the
You like the white ones?
GP40s. I think they're GP40. Well, those are FTs. And GP40s that are red, white, and gray. That's my era. I grew up also in LaGrange Park, and that was the intersection of the Burlington and Indiana Harbor Belt.
right. Oh,
So got to see a lot of trains.
that's cool. So, all right, Milwaukee Road Trains brings this up. So, New York Central probably had the most iconic Hudsons. But there's one thing that
CB&Q
you
had
know.
Hudsons.
Yes, they did, right?
They had
So,
Hudsons.
so I
I
don't know.
have pictures.
Milwaukee Road James is touting it, of course, his favorite, the Royal Hudson, which is also a favorite
Yeah,
of
I
mine.
know. That's one of yours, too.
But yeah, I wonder how that, like, okay, so the Hudsons for CB&Q, or what they call it, O class or something like that.
Yeah, there was one in Sheridan.
Really? So I was out. Now, I'm not sure if it was a Hudson or not. Now that I remember, but I swear it was a Hudson.
No, I think you're right. I know what you're talking about. I think it's on Hudson. Down in Rock Island, right?
No. But I would like to know more about that. We'll loop back around to that one. But I was up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and La Crosse, I believe, has a Hudson. It was the Hudson that they shrouded. The CB&Q shrouded.
Oh,
It was called the Aeolus,
Right.
but it was shrouded.
right.
And so it was that Hudson. It's not shrouded
Not
up there right
shrouded
now. They
anymore,
took the
but
shrouding off.
Right.
But yeah, they've got that up there in static
Oh,
display. I went up there to see a friend at the cross. And I was rolling by that park, and
I really got to get out in this world and see some of this stuff.
you do a good job of getting them out there. You got to do a
Well,
good
if there's
job.
one person that has done a good job with that stuff, it's you, Bill. I mean, you like the stories you have. We have like eras. I have eras of Bill in my life. There's the pre-TCA Bill, the I knew TCA Bill, and then there's the 2005 George TCA Bill, and then there's the Maverick, the post-Maverick
Right.
Bill.
That's my grandson.
And there's a lot of versions of Bill out there.
That's right. And the live steam version.
But then there's the well, I guess this was you knew me by then, but this was before my memory of Bill, when you rode the motorcycle out to Wyoming.
I stopped at a lot of places. Yeah, I stopped at a lot of places and saw lots of every little town. So there was a. I can't remember what year the convention was in Denver, and so I rode motorcycle out there and met my daughter and my mom and my sister out there, and of course all the lyrics were there. Left that, and then I drove up through Wyoming, and that's when I found out about Gillette, which is really cool, and Donkey Crossing. So lots of the rail lines go north and south in Wyoming, all along the coal, and they get up to Gillette, and that's where they branch off and go east and west.
All right.
So that's where you see all the big coal trains. There's plenty of YouTubes on that stuff, but it was really cool to see that.
Right.
So which one? The number 4000.
Yeah, that's one in the cross. The
Yeah.
Aeolus.
So
So,
the rail made a model of that one, I'm pretty sure.
oh really?
That's the one
The
that-
Aeolus?
Not the
MTH?
shrouded one, but unshrouded 4000.
Oh really?
See, I think MTH
The MTH probably did too, but I know that.
made one, and it was like, I think it was rail king size. It wasn't scale.
Yeah.
That's,
They didn't have the run on Lexus too. But the reason I know that is because in the back of the issue of Crossing Friday Trains and Grandpa's layouts in that they have an advertisement for that engine in the back of the catalog. The catalog that we have of that has been used so many times, the pages starting to fall out.
Yeah, right. So all right, I'm gonna do this. We've got we had it last time we did a live stream, which was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
We had the Freedom Train on.
correct.
This week we're featuring the Empire Builder.
Right.
And next week, I am going to throw, or the next live stream, not necessarily next week, but the next one, I'm going to put on my my GG1.
All right.
Unless you got something you want to share, Bill.
Got free
No.
tracks.
I'm gonna put on my GG1 with my my Century of Progress card. That's a cool
Okay.
bring that. You got anything else you think about bringing later?
Well, I can bring the CDMQ. So, or I can bring the Pioneers full versions.
Right?
I can bring the. It's not like the track joint over there.
Yeah.
Can we switch directions?
Yes.
So it goes that way?
Yeah, you just have to do the whole
I think
The whole switch
you
again?
might
Oh, forget it.
you might just like if you
I know.
look at that.
What if you just flip the car around?
For those to tune everybody in, no, like go right on the track and flex it. For those of you that can't see it, the Empire Builder every once in a while when it goes across our bridges that we have on the layout, it's coming off. One car keeps coming off, but and for those of you that don't know the layout, we've got two bridges that come up where there's that you can walk through. One over to the right there by Bill. You can see the bridge right there that goes back into the workshop, which is where the GFW Trains flag is at. And then the other one is right there. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of geometry there that's got to happen when the bridge comes up. George, go over there and lift it up real quick, just so. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, there's a lot of geometry going on over there. Yep. All right, so we're about ready to have some Wonky Road Janes bestowed upon us. How about a fun fact? And you'll see which has also got a fun fact. Fun fact about the Q Hudsons. The Q has the most surviving Hudsons than any other railroad. And every single one had interest in restoration. Well, that's kind of neat. That's kind of
I
neat.
don't remember which one. I
Yeah,
have pictures of them on the share.
There's one in B, cast one on the way to Philmont. Do you remember that? It was in Rock Island, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was in Galesburg.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, but it was
That was
down like
close to- yeah,
Southern
that-
Illinois.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lester.
Yes. South of us. Yeah. I guess it's like
Southwest.
Right.
Follow the tracks.
All right, so let's see. Here's another one, another piece of knowledge. You'll see which is dropping on us. You guys know about Canadian National 660, the bullet numbers Betty, as it's called. This is Streamline Mountain. You guys know about that one?
no idea. I thought the mountains were for the mountains. I feel like that's every mile of those streams that have that area. They don't have that.
Oh yeah.
Then they're in the blood.
Especially if I was doing really work. Not just for show.
Well, I did add. Okay. I'm gonna lose my husband of the year card here. At least the son-in-law of the year card. Did I see Tita on here? There we go. Tita in the house. You still watching, Tita? Thanks for watching. Love you, man. Glad that you are here on GFW Trains. For those of you who don't know, that's George's grandmother, my mother-in-law. And big fan of GFW Train. Big fan. Yep, she did definitely.
So she gets to see the most of you.
That's true.
Right. So Rose Jewel, yeah, okay, here's what we've got. Some more facts being bestowed, and while I'm everybody's bestowing the facts, just a real quick pump for everybody that's joining us. Please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. It helps us with the algorithm. We're trying to reboot the old GFW Trains fan base here, so we had a lot of people over the years follow GFW Trains and hit that like button. It's going to start shooting that out. Thank you to everybody who've been around for a while and who are here back along with us. And if you weren't with us at the beginning of the show, I think we're going to try and start rebooting some of these live streams where we're going to do either Fast Friday or we'll do it during the week or something like that. And Bill and I think, are going to try and reboot that and get that rolling.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get George to come and join us every now and again. The real estate, the proverbial real estate on a Friday night for a young man is sometimes hard to attract in, even though trains are pretty darn cool. I never know. Hey, you can have her on the street.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh yeah, sure.
Been
Yeah,
there,
right.
done that.
you have done that, haven't you?
Twice.
Yeah. Well, there's always room for there.
That's right.
Or four.
Three's the charm.
There's four. All right, so we got some more facts about Hudson. Here we've got. Let's see, the railroad with the most surviving Hudson's is either the Victorian Railways in Australia, with the R class, with the JNR C62 Hudson's from Japan.
What about American railroads?
We're
We're talking about everything, but mostly American railroads. American trains.
Oh, you want to get George wound up? Start asking him about European trains and speed.
No.
George gets wound up about that. So yeah, I actually think this is a really, really sad thing, is that there are no surviving Hiawathas left.
Yeah,
That is pretty sad.
it's pretty true.
One of the things I didn't ever realize that we had in my house until one day it struck me, and I asked my dad, and it just blew my mind. There was a light that we had that went down into the basement.
It's like one of the lights for the basements. You guys like hook up the light switch.
Right. You
Yeah.
flip the light switch and it comes on, and it's definitely a train light. But I had no idea it was just a light in the house when I was coming and going over the years. One day I looked up at it, and I realized it was orange. And I said to my dad, I was like, "Dad, where's that light from?" He's like, "Oh, that's a Hiawatha light." Growing up, I had a Hiawatha marker light that was a light in the basement that we would turn on and off as we come and go. Yeah. All right, George, what do you think about this? You think they should build a Class A Hiawatha like they're building a new T1?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it'd be incredibly hard. They've been building that T1 for almost like 20 years now.
Yeah, well, and they've got it. They're still on the track for probably about 20 more.
Yeah. But I mean, they're making progress.
Right?
which is
No,
impressive.
that is
Yeah.
pretty
Got the
impressive.
frame,
Right?
got the boiler.
I think that
They've got a
their
bunch of the wheels done.
success to it is that they're like heavily involved, or at least they've got somebody that knows how to do the social media part, and they're actively putting out progress reports on it.
Yeah,
So people know,
right.
and the cool part about it too, because you were watching videos about it, and I kind of was sitting in the background watching it, but they're actually showing people where their money's going. So
Yeah,
you donate
no.
$100, they're saying, hey, this is where your 100, or not really, but like we've donated or we've fundraised $10,000 for this certain piece of equipment that's going towards the engine.
Right.
Or people that donated like large sums of money, her name literally is going on the wheels of the engine or the drivers of the engine, which is kind of cool. But yeah,
Like to get that, the Wally Woodruff driver. You probably have to put up some pretty big dough to get your name on the driver.
We have to sell a lot of little trains. We're not good at selling.
The other
We're not
one
good
that
at selling
the other one that we were watching videos of after last stream was the T1. I think it's 2101 or no 2100.
Yes.
That's being restored. They're really pumping hard to be done this year, so they could do some freedom trains. Yeah, that's another one.
That was, yeah. So there was at one point there were, I think, 3 or 4 T1s that were operating.
I don't think they died at the same time. But
No, but they're operating as excursion service that have been operating as excursion train. That's kind of a popular one. I can't wait. I'm going to tell you what. The one that I kick myself over the years. We're talking about trains and that have gone and then come back and then gone. When I was older, and I think George was younger. A train came to the town that's near here. The UP has a line that's really close to our house, their main line, and at the end of its run, they brought the 3985 into a town nearby called West Chicago, the Challenger.
Yeah.
And I didn't go see it. I can't remember. I didn't have a really good reason.
That was 2002.
2002, I didn't go
Same
see it.
year as the convention in Chicago.
And I now go back and kick myself that I've never gotten to see the 3985 run. And I really would like to one day see the 3985 in action. And that one's in the process of being
and they're working on it.
right. So that's that one's in the process of being restored. And to that same along those same lines, I've been reading that, and I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but I've been reading that that the 4014 is about ready to go back on tour across the country again.
That seems to be the hottest topic that, I know they're working on it. It's, according to the UP Steam Club notices, they're working on it. They want to set up, have the big boy go across the whole country this year.
Yeah.
They don't have a schedule yet, but they're working on it.
Yeah. So I guess the thing that's kind of sad is that all of these steam engines are aging, and it costs a lot of money to have them restored. But
And it costs a lot of money to run them.
oh right,
gosh.
knowledge and money and everything like that. But I think that the cool thing is that there's interest in it. There will probably always be interest in operation of steam locomotives. One of the things that I think is neat is that hopefully that knowledge of how to make them and fix them and gets passed on from one generation to the next.
Finding the equipment to work on this stuff. It's all big, giant equipment.
Right.
So, but it amazes me watching YouTube videos on how many small, okay, so the big boy is big. Right. But how many small museums and small excursion trains? There's many across the country. It's like, okay, you can go up to New Freedom in Wisconsin, Mid-Continental Railroad Museum.
Right.
They run steam. You guys like to go to Tennessee,
Right.
Chattanooga,
Oh, my
right?
gosh.
Because you got the 630 and
the Tennessee. Yep. That's a cool one. I love the 630 and I love that 45.
there is a
I was trying to
video
look
on
for
that
that shirt because that shirt, it fits all in the right places. That makes sense. But I got my general shirt on today. So.
Okay.
Yes, that's another cool train that we've gone to visit the general there. In fact, you can see.
You talk about that and see, growing up, I grew up again in LaGrange Park also, and in LaGrange and the General back in the 60s made a run.
Yeah.
And it came down the triple track,
No
and
kidding.
it parked in LaGrange. There was a lumber yard, so there was a little siding there in LaGrange. And the General was there with one car behind it. And I remember it being there. So you were talking about
Yeah.
You know, not seeing the 3985. It's like
That's
I'm on the Facebook page about the general, and it's like trying to look up all the different any information to find out exactly what year that was, and it was in the middle 60s, 65, 66, 67.
So the LNN restored it. Like the LNN acquired it and restored it.
That's like a whole story.
Right,
If you want
it
to get
is.
into that, yeah.
And I forget. They restored it for an anniversary. I don't know if it was an anniversary of railroading, an anniversary of the Civil War, or the anniversary of the LNN.
Well, yeah, they celebrate that every year. That Civil War, the great locomotive chase.
And let me tell you this: if there are people out there, it blows my mind that there are people out there that have never heard of a great locomotive chase.
It's like the peak of railroading.
It's probably the best railroading story out there. And for those of you who don't know, we've got a video in the GFW Trains library. You can look it up on that. But it was a train that was used in the South. The General was on the what's the name of the railroad? The Western Atlantic Railroad.
Right.
And there were some spies, some Union spies that infiltrated into the South, and they stole this engine and tried to drive it to Chattanooga and destroy the tracks on their way to Chattanooga. And it was really like the whole process of it is the story is amazing about how these guys all infiltrated the South as spies and how they got to Kennesaw, Georgia, and they got on this railroad and on the train. They took it without anybody knowing, and they kept going and trying to destroy the rails and not having much luck. And then the other part of the story that is really neat, and both sides had their heroes. The North, of course, the guys that went and stole the train, they were all kind of held in a heroic light. And then in the South, the guy who was the conductor, like literally, like started running after the train after they took it. And then he found a handcart, and he was using the handcart to chase the train until he found another train. And he just, right. And it ended up, there was 3 trains that he actually commandeered, and it finally ended up that he was chasing the General into Texas, and the Texas was going backwards. And the spies kept trying to destroy little things along the railroad, and ultimately
They wanted to, sorry, I don't mean to.
Go ahead.
But they wanted to burn the bridges.
Right, that was the plan.
To burn the bridges.
Because they wanted to stop the flow of railroad traffic on the Western and Atlantic Railroad to Chattanooga. So that was their plan, and they didn't do so good with that. Hey, welcome to the live stream. It's good to see you. Yeah. Well, I would love. I've got to look that up because that sounds like that's a great story too. The old Sea Witch says that that there's a story about a guy who lived in East Berlin and took his family and friends on a commuter train and smashed it through the wall into West Berlin. That's kind of cool.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Right, I know.
Okay.
It's like the Cold War version of
right.
the Great Locomotive.
I know. That's got to be on YouTube somewhere.
I was very fortunate to actually see the Berlin Wall when it was East and West Berlin.
Oh, really?
Really, really bad over in East Berlin.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
So when you say it was bad, did you go to East Berlin? Or
We
were you
did.
just-
We
No
did.
kidding.
We got to walk in East Berlin, and the funny part is that you're walking in this city, and you would expect to see a lot of people around. You didn't see any people around. It was all military personnel on the streets.
Is this Connecticut though?
This is Connecticut. Bill.
No, high school. High school.
Oh,
Bill.
that's great.
Dang!
Yeah, high school bill.
It's
So this is a
Grangeville.
different chapter of Bill's life.
Yeah, that's right. That was the same.
Oh, the Grangeville.
That's
You were
right.
part of the singer.
Yeah,
Or part of the choral group.
I was.
Why were you part of the choral group?
We went to Europe because I was a singer.
And
That's right. That's why I played choral volleyball.
Look at that. He's as smart as he looks.
Forget regular varsity basketball. Forget that. You want to be a co-ed.
Yeah.
It's way more fun. That's what we're talking about everything.
So Will's Oldskill asked us about the Atlas catalog.
Really?
Oh,
I
man.
didn't even know there was one.
All right.
That's too high class for
L.
us.
So, Will's, I have to tell you that I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't looked at the Atlas.
That's correct.
But I should look at the Atlas. It's not a one that I want to ignore. I love Atlas Trains, so I've got to loop back around. Anything good in that? You have to say it. But I saw I leafed through the Lionel catalog that came out. There was some neat trains. There are always neat trains in the Lionel catalog.
Howie was telling me, I don't know if it's in that lineup. I haven't looked. I don't look at catalogs. But he was saying, we were talking with the American Freedom Train.
Okay.
And I talked to him last weekend about it, and he said Lionel's coming out with 4 more cars for the American Freedom Train. There was a total of 25 cars on the Freedom Train, and so far, like K-Line came out with 18 of them.
Okay.
So Lionel's supposed to come out with the work car, which is the one that was always directly behind. It's a Madison style car. And the power car. And I don't remember what the other 2 were, but then they kind of lead on to say there will be more. And the only other ones that are more are the TTX cars with all the trucks and the concession stand stuff on it.
So I have a theory, right? I think that they'll be doing another run of GS4s in the summer, and that's what will be. They'll come out with the GS4s.
So this is like the hot time because it's 250 years.
Yeah. And I wonder how those will sell compared to the third rail ones too. I know the third rail ones have been selling really well.
Well, depends what the number is behind the dollar sign. I go broke.
Right. Well, here's another funny one for you guys. Oh, by the way, that thing I was holding up there, that's Atlas catalog. And George just showed me that they've got 630 in the Atlas
That's the
catalog.
only thing I used to purchase.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorites. I got the ride in the cab of that.
Well, that's right. You got the ride in the cab.
I did.
And you had a seat on the tender.
Yeah.
That you sat on.
Yep, it was so cool.
Because I know there's a video on that.
Oh, yep, in the library,
Yeah,
right?
it's in the GFW Trains library.
Right.
That had to be a really cool experience. And I'm saying that only because from running the live steam.
Okay. So, and before you go any further on that, for everybody that doesn't know you, Bill, you've got.
That's correct. There's plenty of videos on GFW Trains library of George learning how to run the steam engine many times.
We have a lot of fun with that. In fact, we always try it every year. It feels like we'll do a live stream from
White Creek Railroad.
White Creek Railroad in Michigan where we
George
operate
was
that.
running the steam engine.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, getting back to your cab ride in 630, it's like once you operate a live steam engine, you know what's involved. It's much more than just push the throttle and go and then put the brakes on and stop. It's way, way more involved in that. So when you got to ride in this cab of the 630, you have an appreciation
Oh my gosh.
of
Yeah.
what those guys are doing.
Oh, there's so much.
And there's so much stuff that they're doing and trying to keep track of
no, for
the
sure.
whole time.
It was so hot, wasn't it, George?
Oh, we were supposed to wear like pants too, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Was it in Georgia?
Whenever you have to wear pants.
It was Georgia and it was hot. Or not Georgia, Tennessee, and it was hot. And and then that firebox was just glowing. It was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Bill Atlas is coming out with the Metro 40s too. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Just,
That's cool. I missed out on those Metro SD70s.
oh yeah.
I would have if I could have a redo on a train that's come out in recent memory that I didn't
Really?
buy. I think that those the Atlas Metra SD70s, I would really like to have bought those. Those are really cool.
I want, so they've made the Metro cars, right? But I'm really a fan. What I would like to see is actually the rigged cars. So they've made smooth side Metro cars, which are
Right.
those are accurate to like, the RTA ones. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I wasn't.
You're talking
aware.
about
Like the
Fluted.
you're talking about Atlas making them.
No, just anybody.
Look, they made those ones recently. They're so nice.
Third rail.
No, those are third
They
rail.
didn't make bi-level. They made superliners.
No, I saw some Metro bi-level cars at a couple places.
Maybe it was
It was
Atlas.
a really limited run. Yeah.
Maybe it's Atlas. I think they're the only ones.
I
that
saw-
made Metros.
And they were expensive
They
too.
have MTH.
Well, yeah, but like with the MTH2 recently.
Oh.
Well, the ones that I saw.
Which
those-
George is that? 5 years ago or 10 years ago? Anyways. Oh yeah, and getting back to the general and the great locomotive chase, you can also watch the Buster Keaton
Oh,
version
right.
of it. And I'm telling you,
Right.
he did all of those stunts.
So I think
It's gonna be like that was like really
Right.
intriguing to
That's-
watch that.
That's true. That's true. To go back to the general, there's two like Hollywood movies that have been made about that. They weren't as good as the GFW Trains documentary,
Right,
but
nothing will measure up.
but there were two Hollywood movies that were made. One was made in the 20s, right?
I'm gonna say yeah.
The 20s, and starring Buster Keaton about it. And that one's really good.
That one's really good. He does a lot of crazy stunts that you would.
so. Like going
They were
on to
real.
that, I took a film class a couple semesters ago in college, and we had a test on that. The Great Locomotive Chase, the Buster Keaton one, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't study for it just because I already watched the movie so many times. But if you actually want to see some really cool film of steam engines, like in movies, you know, how, like they have people that they'll bring
Right,
back
right.
steam engines for like the tough guys, for 1449.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else right now.
Pretty
But,
But like a League of Their Own.
yeah. They'll bring
Like-
steam engines
right.
like from museums.
We were just watching
But
The
those-
Natural the other day, and that was
Yeah.
the steam engine.
But for silent films, they actually like those are like
Real
real trains. You know what I mean?
Right,
They're not. It's just like you'll see a random train that's probably long gone by now. But we watched a lot of silent films in class, and that's the other thing too. A lot of that, you know, early Hollywood too.
Uh-huh.
The railroad out there, or like railroading out there, was still kind of in its infancy, or like kind of starting to boom, right? So, the railroad infrastructure, there's always a train in the movies, always, and so it's cool to see what you know, what kind of trains
Yeah,
are. You know what I mean?
right.
Like there was one that was filmed in. There's a movie we watched. I don't remember the name of it, but it was filmed in Montana, right? And it had a railroad town there that was part of the film, and it was structured around the railroad town. Well, the railroad town doesn't even exist anymore because the Milwaukee Road just tore up all the track, and the town relied so much on it died. So the town literally does not exist
Right.
anymore. But the movie is based around that town.
No
That was
kidding,
cool.
really?
Yeah. And then they use models too for it, and it's funny because the models are just like Lionel or Mark.
Right,
So it's like really
they have a
bad.
train
Yeah.
explosion.
Yeah. But yeah.
So and then the other one that's really good is Walt Disney Walt Disney made a great locomotive chase movie
That one's the best in my opinion.
with starring Fez Parker. I think that's the star of it.
Probably, I think so. Yeah. Daniel Boone.
No, David Crockett.
Davy Crockett. No, he plays both.
Maybe they are the same guy. Maybe Daniel.
He
All right.
plays both of those characters. Same hat. They had the wardrobe already.
And Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, and So anyway, but that's a really good one too. They made that one for the. What's it called? The Wonderful World. We were talking about that earlier. The Wonderful World of Disney.
Disney, yep.
That was one to
Oh,
Frontierland.
once a year you have that.
Frontierland. So that one's a good one. Yeah. So
So did you hear that they're building a 15-inch gauge 412-2? Who's building that? Probably Goodshaw's.
how big is 15-inch gauge?
15 inches. That's like kidding that.
Okay. So it's a ride-on train.
It's right on.
It's about double the size of it.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, literally. 7.5. Yeah,
Right.
Yep. That's some good math. I wasn't really thinking about it.
But you were a math guy.
So wait, so
No, you're a history guy.
so is Anita's the math.
Yeah, she's the best.
So 15
Middle
is
America.
7.5, like half is 15.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is 15? Yeah, HO's half O, like
Right.
7.5, like HO version 15.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. All the 15-inch guys are like, oh man, those damn HO or 7.5 gauge railroaders.
H.O.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you guys from out east there, I keep seeing every once in a while something pop up about the storm that's coming out east there. Make sure you be safe out there, hunker down. We had a really, really cold day here in Illinois, and they closed down a lot of stuff. Where I work, they closed down the courthouse that I work in. So I did remote today since I couldn't go into the courthouse. But I saw on the car when I was out minus 14.
That's what my
Minus
car
14
was
was
this
the
morning
low.
when I left.
So, but I hear it's not only supposed out east here the next couple of days. It's not only supposed to be cold, but it's supposed to be snowy too. So be safe out there. Go to Amherst. Be safe when you go to Amherst.
I was going to tell you about the time I went to Amherst, and it was down the interstate, and it was literally 2 ruts in the snow.
Oh my gosh.
And then I turned on the road that goes from Hartford up there north-south, and it was just sheet ice.
Right.
And I'm like, great.
Oh man.
That was back in
So check it.
96.
So Milwaukee Road James says that the 412-2 has already been built and it's under steam.
Oh.
Been assembled for total painting, and that engine's taller than
Yep.
it is.
I'm building a 413.
I didn't know James.
It's in my garage.
James was 3.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
James, 3.5 feet tall. What were you saying, Jordan?
I'm building a 413 too in my garage.
Before 13.
Yeah. It's 16. Or no, wait, what's half of or 32 inch kid.
That sounds. You sound like Joseph Stalin right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the Americans have a 412 too. I'm going to make a 413.
The Pittsburgh TCA train show tomorrow. All
All right.
That is a fun town to have a train show.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
we've
Are
got
the
it.
train races out in Pittsburgh?
Oh, yeah.
Fort Pitt.
Oh.
The guy from Fort Pitt has them. He has actually 2 sets. He doesn't know where the one set is, and he knows where mine is.
That's
One
right.
that I
'Cause he
know.
made one, right?
He made one and he loaned it out to somebody, and it never came back.
Oh, wow. Dang.
So I don't know if Sam ever set it up. Set up one.
He's got it.
He's got it somewhat. So Little America, that's a really cool place. I've only seen the brochures, but I heard it's cool because it is an amusement park.
Oh yeah.
So on one end of the railroad is the amusement park, and on the other end is campground. So
Oh,
you
no
go
kidding.
up there for the weekend and you camp and you get all the passes to go on the rides. So
Really?
you take the train back and forth.
Hopefully he's not done that. It's in Wisconsin. Where's it at? Wisconsin.
You don't know
That-
what
that's
else
Come
seems-
on,
that
tell us.
seems-
You're going to tell us
that's-
where it is because it's.
That seems like that's like
Oh.
right up our alley. Like you're
It
hitting all
is,
kinds
but
of
we're,
check
I
marks.
know, but we got to do so many other things.
We never-
It's not going to tell you paddling gets in the way of going and seeing train things.
You know what we should have thought was the Asable Valley Railroad.
Oh,
the quarter-inch.
George loves
Railroad.
Michigan, and he especially loves Grayling and the Osable River.
And they had a whole railroad there with the steam engine, and it was on Discover Live Steam for like 5 years, and somebody bought it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. It was like it came with a house and everything.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
So they must have not be doing that anymore.
Oh, I got it. I mean, I know about it.
Right.
Actually, I should look into that because honestly, I have no idea what happened. I'm totally going off topic. I know about that Yellowstone that he's talking about. I saw it in a live stream Facebook group that I'm a part of, and I think some guy bought it at auction. It's like in pieces in his like barn or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool. The story behind it. The guy who built it, he like died before he could finish it, or no, it ran a couple times. Then it moved to where it was stored, and it was like too big for their railroad. And they just kept it in the shop, and they used they re-gauged the tender, but the engine stayed in the 16.5 gauge. I think they re-gauged it to 15 inch because that's what they ran there.
Okay.
But the tender and the engine were kind of just like shock cleans for like 30 years, and I think the railroad that it stayed at closed, and it went up for auction. Somebody bought it, and then after that, nobody knows what
Just
happened
kind
to
of
it.
went underground. Huh?
Yeah, but at that point, it had a ran in 50 years too, because the guy made it, way back in the day. But yeah,
Wow.
the
That's
Ralph
interesting.
McAllister was just like, yeah.
Milwaukee Road James says Little America is just east of Madison.
Yes,
On the weekends
I
from
know.
Memorial Day to late October, we run.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah.
James, May is all about Indy. June, July, and August this year are all about paddling,
Canoeing.
and September, October, and November are all about live speed, and then we'll moving on to little trains in November. So every weekend
Got Bill scheduled
has
down.
something to do with trains,
Bill talks about everything.
but mostly trains.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
All
There
right.
we go.
Was bought by a guy in France, and that guy actually reached out to me when I made a video about it. He commented on my video. It will be on display March to September this year. At Little America. Little America, where James
Is there a big
Marshall.
rush?
is there. James, tell us what you do, James.
Is there
James is quite the steam engineer.
is there a railroad called Big Russia?
Big Soviet Union. We make it bigger. We make it bigger.
Yeah, Big Russia. Or yeah,
Or
Big
more
Silver.
wheels.
James, you're an engineer over there at Little America.
Who's at that railroad?
Deerfield.
Yes.
Right.
James, we still have to get together and talk about
Water.
You know who you should talk to? The water boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
High quality H2O.
That's right.
High quality
We gotta learn
H2O.
about water.
We talk to James about water. Who wants to come over and talk to me about beer?
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. Iced tea.
Yeah, I see.
How about that one? Yes. All right. I'm the old Sea Witch is throwing down some one of the most obscure railroad stories, in my opinion, is that time when 31 Mikados planned to be shipped to France from the U.S. during post-war and Lend-Lease, and during the post-war Lend-Lease, and sunk into the ocean after. The
Yep.
ship carrying them sunk off the coast of Newfoundland.
I'm going to say they sunk a lot of stuff at the end of World War II. And the reason is,
The Bismarck.
well, yeah. I'm a mold maker, so I'm in a machine shop all day, and just to see them pushing off lathes and milling machines and all kinds of other machines, just pushing them off into the ocean. And why?
Why?
Because then you get new stuff.
Oh.
When you come back, you get new stuff. They do the same thing. It's like
I don't get it. So like you have a mill machine and or a milling machine.
Yep. They just throw it off, and then we'll come back, pick up and buy some new stuff.
That's what we need to do at my work. Because we have stuff from like pre-war, like pedals in there that like work machines. They don't work half the time. The switches in there, they break because they're all like. H&E. Yep.
Yeah.
H&E Associates or H&E
It's like I always thought it was H&E Associates, but I think it's H&E Associates.
H&E Associates.
Yeah.
George,
You never really looked at your check to see what it said?
I just said it says $5. $5.
That's all he worried about.
Boy,
What's like the total? How much money did I make?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I had a buddy who worked there too, and we always called it H&E, and then one day, and we spelled my boss's name wrong all the time too, right? Because when we text him, we'd say, his name is Corey, and we'd spell it Corey. Well, we didn't know this, but I don't remember how it's spelled originally. He's like, have you ever looked at your check first? I was like, no, I just cashed it. He's like, well, Corey's name is not spelled the way we've been spelling it for the past 2 years. I'm like, what? Yeah. Yeah, so luckily I haven't had to text Corey's name much recently. So.
Yeah. Hey, on a side note, guys, how's the sound coming through this time? I know George isn't mic'd up over there because I only have 2 mics, but Bill and I have our mics on, and I got them working since the last time. So if you guys can help me out with a little sound check on this. And for those of you that are just joining us on the stream, we got some new people coming in. Welcome to the stream. This is GFW Trains, Fast Friday, where we talk about everything. But mostly trains. You got it.
Thanks for the feedback.
All right, yeah, thanks for the feedback on that. And if you're just coming through the door, please shoot us a thumbs up. That really helps with the algorithm. And that also helps us. We've been doing these live streams. I've been doing videos for a while, and we're hoping to reconnect with some of the people that we've had before. So the more that you do that, the more we can reconnect. And I would love to start rebuilding this community. So random question from Isaiah, the classic historian. George.
It's sitting next to the 700E upstairs. But yes, I do have it.
I bet if you ask George, you might go up there. If you want to see it, I shouldn't say ask George. If you want to see it, George can probably go up there and scoop it up and bring it down.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, I don't know. So,
Sounds good.
all right. Good. Yeah, good sounds. I like that. You don't know how, when we do these live streams, you don't know how frustrating the sound part is. I watched the live stream over the last one, and it didn't sound bad, but the sound wasn't crisp when I watched the live stream for a live stream a couple of weeks ago.
It either is good and then all of a sudden it fades.
Well, you can definitely, when somebody steps away from the mic, lose that. And, the Worldwide Studio doesn't have the fancy boom mic setup that you might think. We've got our mics here that we've got on, and then we've got a room mic that's supposed to get the ambient noise of the trains going around, or the ambient noise of the squeak, George.
That's right.
So, so Isaiah was saying that he forgot to mention on the last live stream that he got the Lionel 00 Hudson. So George, educate us on what the 00 Hudson is, and Isaiah, you can pipe in on this too.
To be honest, so from my understanding, it was like a niche gauge that lasted only a couple of years. Because I think there's 2 versions of 00. There's like the British 00, which is, I found out, I always thought it was just HO, but it's a little bit, the flanges are deeper on the 00 stuff, and it's scaled a little bit bigger. And then there's the 00 from like the post-war period where they basically just made Lionel, and I think there was like a couple other companies like Scalecraft and all of them made like smaller versions. And this was before HO became popular. They just made smaller versions of it.
But HO was out there.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, O scale was the most popular
Okay.
Right.
scale at the time. I think double O was just experimenting with smaller stuff. And at that point, HO was still very in its infancy. I think the only people that were making stuff were like Barney, and that was all brass. So yeah, what is all kit stuff? I mean, it's amazing what some of those guys did back in the day in terms of like model railroading. They had a lot. I mean, those people
Very
that did
creative.
it, yes, were very creative. We were talking to somebody the other day who has some of Frank Ellison, who was like the godfather of scale railroading back in the 40s. He had the Delta line. He created the layout that was the original layout in the Museum of Science and Industry. He had some of his original pieces there, and he would modify Lionel stuff to work on two-rail track. And it was really cool to see like what he did with that. And there's books on it. It's called Delta Lines if you ever look it up. But yeah, I think he like literally created a scale.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So going back to the Double O Hudson that Isaiah was asking about. So Lionel produced Double O scale for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 years. It was. I mean, it didn't really do well. I don't think, just because there's not a lot of it out. I mean, there is. They made 2 versions. They made the 2 and the 3-rail versions of the Hudson, and
The Double O Hudson, right?
yes, and I think the 2-rail version was to go with all of the other Double O equipment out at the time. So I think Scalecraft was making 2-rail Double O stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, they made Double O, or there was also a version of Double O that had the outside 3rd rail, which had like they were like sliders that came out the side. But Lionel never made those with the Double O Hudsons, but it was common to convert those to the outside 3rd rail. But then the Lionel made the traditional 3-rail too, and I don't really. So besides that, I don't know anything else about it.
And they made 4 different Hudsons from Lionel, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, and one was a scale. And Isaiah, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. And we've got it up here on the screen. The number 1 was a 3-rail scale Hudson. 2 was a 2-rail scale Hudson. 3 was a 3-rail semi-scale Hudson, and 4 was a 2-rail semi-scale Hudson. But they're really neat. They're really cool looking engines. George had the opportunity to buy one at York a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
pretty cheap. The only thing that sucks about it, somebody wanted to re-letter it to PRR, so it's all the New York Central's like taken off the tender, and it's got brown lettering on the side.
Yeah. We should try and get that re-lettered. We were
I
talking with
looked
somebody
into it,
about
and
doing
it's
that.
worth more than the engine's worth.
Yeah.
It costs more than the engine's worth to do, and it's like, might as well just.
It's just get some robot letters.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I looked into. Nobody makes the rub-on letters for that, the Double O Hudson. And then we talked to somebody about it, and it was kind of just like a wet fart when it came to it. And I looked up on Facebook, or I put something out on Facebook, and people said that there was a guy who made the rubber stamps for the,
Oh, really?
but he died.
Oh.
And, yeah. So
Should look. There's still like a hit for the rubber stamp guy from New York.
yeah, I think it was.
All right.
It might have been that guy, something like that. But he died, and nobody knows where the rubber stamping.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, so it's
Probably like in a
just a basement somewhere. in the
right.
box.
We were watching along those same lines a kind of a fun story about K-Line. About, when K-Line started up, they needed tooling and they were trying to find different spots where they could get molding and different things. And what the story was, and I forget which accessory it was, or if it was just the plastic houses, that they found the molds like in the back of a factory that like the roof had fallen down. Like the building at a factory where the roof had fallen down.
In like China.
No, in the United States.
Oh,
There was an old mold from I forget, like I know this is not the name, but it was like Fisher Price or something like that.
Really?
Like a company that's not necessarily a train company. They were able to find that too, and like one person said to the other. And,
I only know of one factory here in Sandwich that was a molder and it burned down.
oh yeah.
All those, yep. All those. Yeah. It was in Plano, but it wasn't Plano Mall. There was another company.
Right,
There's like 3 or 4 more
Right.
companies in Plano.
right.
And, we did a lot of work for them.
Including MTH. Yeah, there's MTH molding.
No.
Not MTH Trains.
Not the MTH, right?
Yeah.
All right. Did we know about that? Yeah, we knew about the Liberty Line stuff. That comes up on
That's Williams, isn't it?
no. It's because Liberty Lines is standard gauge.
Luxury Lines Williams.
Luxury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luxury Lines. Yeah.
The old Williams, when they were knocking off like copies of Lionel postwar things, they would sometimes, rather than Lionel lines on the side of their stuff, it would be luxury lines.
That's it. In the same font.
Right. The same colors,
font,
same
colors, everything.
But it wouldn't be Lionel lines?
Nope.
Luxury lines. Luxury lines.
Williams did make some pretty unique stuff at the time. They're the only company in Osco to make E60s. What's that?
Yeah, right. Only. And one thing that was cool, I think. Okay, I don't know the whole story behind this, but one of the things that I really think about that's cool about Williams is they were the first to bring like these really big trains into
Correct.
the O-scale world that I lived in.
Correct.
So,
like the
like-
scale stuff?
Yep.
Yes,
All
Yeah.
that.
With the crown line, right?
Yep.
That's what they call it?
Yep.
crowd line.
We
Yeah,
saw a couple of them last week at the Midwest Division. We had the theme.
I've cried over it.
yes, George has cried over
Yeah.
a crowd line. Yeah, forward.
Look.
Got a drink. Williams crowd line cab forward.
Yep.
Yeah. It's tragic what happened to that engine.
Yes. Yeah, to your point, it was the K line did have the Marks molding, and that was part of, and that might have been where the molding that
And
they
Kusan.
got.
And Kusan.
Right. At Kusan and
That's how the
Marks.
K-Line started, with the Kusan stuff. They made Alco PA.
Yeah.
Because we had that stuff on the kids. 2 grand.
Yeah.
Boxcars, cabooses, they're all
Right.
more like 027
Right.
size.
Right.
That's like the K-Line Blue Box stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Train 19 stuff that they produced later. It's $19 for it. That's what I was trying to I swear to God, that was the marketing. So, hey, you old rail switch has got a question for Sea Witch. He's got a question for you, George.
Yeah, we have one. Bill had one, sold it.
I had one and I sold it to
To Sean's Train Depot, who is now Sean's like home appliances or something.
he sold it.
Yeah, he sold
He
it.
sold all those trains. I don't know where it is.
So,
It was fun to have.
what we're talking about is the Hiawatha. We had the Hiawatha. George, we have a Hiawatha. We only had the Hiawatha.
Yep.
That's one of the coolest trains, man. That is. I saw that for sale one day, and I could have bought 5.
That's right.
That was a York purchase.
It was a York
Yeah.
purchase. Yep.
Like you walked in the first building and the first guy on the left,
Yeah.
and that was it.
It was about half the price of what it was going for.
All right.
normally.
Guys got something to do.
Oh,
That's
right.
the way.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta go there loaded for bear.
Yep. Not scared to pull the trigger.
That's right.
You see
Because-
something, you pull the trigger.
If you turn and
Forget
walk
later.
away, forget later because it's now.
You know.
Come back in a half hour, somebody else got the
So
deal.
George has one that he always regrets on that. It was a Vision Line, Norfolk Southern Genset.
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of regret it, but also at the same time, I look back and there's a lot of things wrong with that. There's the one that I really regret.
This is one too.
Was the third rail?
Oh no, this is the one I was thinking.
There's a third rail.
Texas, right?
No, I don't. I think it's the same wheel right here in Texas. They call it, the UP called it something else.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like the 212-2 or something.
Yeah.
412-2.
Oh,
And they had
9,000.
Yeah, the 9,000 class. Yes, they had a third rail 9,000 class for like $300. No box.
But it didn't work, and it was
No,
all
it
bumped
worked.
up.
It worked. The only thing that was wrong with it was that the reason why I didn't buy it is because it was conventional.
Yeah, now you gotta put glue on
I know.
it.
That's why I regret not getting it because that would be a cool one to have.
Right.
You have
Yeah.
to get bigger curves.
Yeah. And then the other
None of
one.
the small
Right,
72
right,
curve
right.
stuff.
Yeah, for that
Would
one.
be a 96 or a 120.
Right.
And then the other one was Y6B.
That one is one that I wish I could redo that. We shot the guy a lowball price and he didn't take it.
I didn't shop. I was like, listen, man, this is all I have left. So it was like $556 or something like that. I was like, listen, man, he had it for I think $700 with the water tender, or $750 with the water tender. I was like, I don't need the water tender. Just take that out of the deal. Like $553. I counted it out. It's like, well, I had another guy offer me this, and then he's like, sell it for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he said he had some guy offer me more than the asking price. And I was like,
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
I
like,
hate it when people say that because then it's like, why didn't you sell it?
right. He's like, the $750. He's like, God, somebody offered me $800 for it.
Great. So why is it still on the table?
Right. I mean,
All right.
I wasn't really great in my math class. I get screwed all the time when I buy gasoline, but
No,
I
I think at train shows from now on, if people are smart asses to me, I'm gonna be a smart ass back. I'm tired of
Yeah.
snobby train people.
Oh, me too. We had to run in with a snobby train person.
Oh, I know. I can't wait
last
for next
month.
week page. I'm totally gonna go mess with the lady, but yeah.
There was we were at DuPage at the Wheaton Train Show, the Great Midwest Train Show, and George, the guy, it was a cool set. It was a
California Zephyr.
California Zephyr.
We literally have the ABBA for it. No cars.
Right.
It was a good deal. It was like it wrapped like this. Still
Yes.
had the. I picked it up one of the cars like this. And this lady comes up to me.
She's like, "Excuse me, excuse me."
It's like
Put that back, or what? She didn't say put that back. She's like, "I'll show that to you if
yeah,
you want
yeah.
to
I
see
was
it."
like, okay, whatever. Like, I
And
didn't really
she
know
said-
what's going on.
Yeah, and she was really like kind of nasty about it.
Yeah, and it's
She
not
said-
like I was taking it out of the
She's like,
box.
"Put that down."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And
So I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back. And
so then she would like, she's like, "I'll take that out." I was like, "Don't worry about taking it out."
Yeah.
And
No, I kind of didn't really know what was going on at the time, but I always say like I'm gonna like say something and then just it's like
I just told her you can keep that train. Good luck selling it.
yeah.
And we walked away.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, have you seen the LaRue Shemp collection at the Thomas Tabor Museum in Pennsylvania? I would say no, but LaRue Shemp, I know that name, and it's probably because I have books.
I can name it. He's the guy who owns the Super 381 motorcycle.
Well,
Standard gauge electric.
Oh, the Brute or something
Yep,
like
the
that.
Brute,
Big
right.
car,
Have you
yeah.
seen the Brutes?
Nope, have not seen it.
Have
I
not
know the
seen
story
the
of it. I've seen the pictures of it, but
Who's it was Stu Rankin who posted a bunch of pictures. He went to the collection
oh yeah,
and he saw a bunch of he posted a bunch of pictures on Facebook of him with the Brute. Like it's
Okay, it's
wow.
yeah.
big. Yep.
Man,
Too
if I-
big to be handled by a small boy. Yep.
If I saw the Brute, I'd be like,
That's right.
you want to see the Brute?
You're gonna have to have the mask on.
Oh yeah,
You gotta have
oh, yeah.
you gotta
If I remember correctly, MTH made a model of it, but
Yeah.
even that one's really rare because they only made so many of them. So they're like stupid expensive. I mean, probably not as expensive as the original.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the original ones that like one of the classic one-offs.
Well, yeah, it's prototypes. There's probably what, like a couple of them.
There's one, I think.
Or is
There's just one.
beefy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, to that point about beefy bench work, I've got a layout that runs around my my living room above the by the ceiling, and I've always wanted to bring my standard gauge Hiawatha out there and run it around that loop. and I worry about whether that standard gauge Hiawatha would be too heavy for that.
It's a heavy locomotive.
It is a heavy locomotive. And that shell is spelled really well, but that's a heavy engine.
It's crazy to think how big that is, like, because it's actually scale for standard, or it's close to scale for standard gauge. And I'm sure the Brute's kind of the same way, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It says how much it weighs. It's got to weigh 20 or 25 pounds.
Yeah, the
Hiawatha,
Hiawatha, right.
Yeah.
I would imagine the Brute's just as heavy like that, but yeah, it's heavy. But that one's really cool too. It's at TMCC.
Well, it would be like Mr. Incredible, but not as strong. Come on, he's working out. He's going swimming.
Yeah,
he's looking
man.
pretty svelte.
Look at his felt. Look at it.
Yeah, not at all like this.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Muscles over there.
Oh no. Not the time to show off the six pack. Gotta wait till summer.
Yeah.
Gotta watch
We
George
still gotta
Money's
build the
pack.
six. We gotta build the six pack.
Or
We're still working with a little bit of
Or in
plan.
the GFW Trains library, we do have a couple of maneuvers. So you can see,
Six
Most
pack in
recent,
action.
you can see me and George there. Some canoeing exploits on the Sable River.
That's right.
Yep. Oh
I'm
my
not gonna teach you the
Yeah.
six pack.
Oh,
Just
wait a
some-
minute.
Don't
This
be
week,
angry at each other for the next race.
I'm going to be, yes. I feel like this, I'm going to be Mr. Natsu.
That's right.
Sparky! Check it! Sparky's in the house. Hey, good to see you, Sparky. We I don't know what, we've been kind of out of the loop here for a long time, but we just thought we'd come back into the swing of things here and maybe try out some of these live streams again. As you can see, we got older, George got a bit taller, and yep, there we go. In fact, I better sit up, man. That was one of the things I noticed after watching last week. I was trooping over all the time. I was like, man, you're looking like all burnt out.
That's it.
Like,
It's been a long week.
right. Yeah, we woke up from a nap and saw this on, and yeah, actually we've still been going, man. That has been that long. No, we thought we'd have a good time here. We've never gotten away from the hobby. We've always been doing the train stuff, but just the desire to try and push out YouTube videos all of the time and do live streams all of the time kind of got long in the tooth, so we kind of shied away from that and did some other stuff. George graduated from high school, and we thought, Phil and I thought, like, you know what, let's get back together, let's do this, and let's start
How to
having
do
some
it again.
lines. Yeah, we have a
Let's
good
like-
time, right?
Absolutely.
And George over there, we hopefully George is in the background today, not necessarily because we want him in the background. We didn't have a chance to set up the studio here really well before we started streaming, but George, we were going to try and talk him into coming in and hanging out with us from time to time again. Thought it'd be really fun to do. So yeah. Great to see you back, and thanks for everything that you did done for the hobby, Sparky. You're the one that inspired us to do some of these live streams way back in the day. And like we were talking about earlier, I think we've probably done close to 150 live streams since George started the channel back in the day. Actually, we started doing the live streams right before the shelter in place. George had been making some YouTube videos, and we thought, well, let's try a live stream out.
Yeah.
There are actually some YouTube videos that George made that are up, but they're private because that's
11 years ago, yeah. Jeez.
So Sparky is wondering when are we going to host a meet and greet, which is something we should do. If for nothing else, we should do it at York. We did one meet and greet at York a couple of years back, and boy, did we have some fun.
We had
Spent
some
a lot
fun.
of money.
It was a very expensive trip.
But we had a lot of fun. But we should
did.
do a meet and greet. Yeah, I like that idea. We got some cool spots to do it around here.
They got the Freedom Train above that train.
Yeah, there we go. That's
I
right.
was just looking at the pictures of that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. We really, really appreciate everybody coming back and being part of the stream. And yeah, I think that we've been talking. It's been a whisper at this point, but we've been talking about trying to make our way back over there to York and maybe do a meet and greet at York like we did the last time. That was kind of cool. That was more like a tailgate party for York. We had all
college football.
Yeah. Right.
Next time we'll bring bags and beer.
There we go, man. I got undersold us. 191 GFW Trains live streams.
Almost a whole year of live streams. Actually, not really. It's over halfway.
But I'm thinking that when we hit 200, we gotta do something. 24 hours. What do you think?
No.
Um,
We have an anniversary on Friday of Thanksgiving. 24 minutes.
yeah.
24-minute live stream. Okay, sorry, we gotta go.
We celebrate an hour that was done on the 24-hour live stream.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute. We gotta think about that. We remember we did for our 100th episode. That was really kind of cool. Remember what we did for our 100th episode, George? Remember we had 100 engines.
That's right.
Every train tells a story. And we had 100 locomotives that we ran that
That was
day.
like a couple episodes, wasn't it? 'Cause I don't think we got there ever.
Yeah, I don't recall, but I remember for the 100th episode, we had 100.
That car does not like that joint over there.
Yeah, 100 locomotives, and we talked about every single one of the locomotives that we were talking about there.
I like that 200th episode, 200 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Joe was there. The hot dogs, we had the Chicago hot dogs out there. We had some good old Chicago root beer out there. Lots of things going on the railroad right now. We got to be able to do something better than a 200-minute episode.
We're almost there tonight.
I know. We got to be able to do something better than that. All right, I got my thinking cap on. James is always good for a good idea. For that. That's
Hot dogs were good.
they were. I'm telling you, that was a fun time. That was
Yeah,
like you
but-
said.
It was great because the rule was you get tired of being in there looking at trains, come out there and sit up and chew the fat.
Right.
Just hang out at the
Chairs,
motorhomes. There was
root
plenty
beer,
of
we had hot dogs. People brought food over.
That's right. If you weren't going to starve,
Yeah.
it was good. It was a good time.
Me
It was a lot of
thinks that we need to
2027.
start. Yeah, 2027 maybe. Maybe go to York. This was like just go, not necessarily tailgate it out. I'd like to go out there. Yeah. Start saving up the money.
Blowing it all on this other trip.
Yeah.
This is what you gotta do. You gotta go to the casino, put all the money that you're blowing on this next trip, put it all on red. Then if you win,
Right.
you got money for
Yeah.
2 trips.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why it's called gambling.
No. So, yeah, Rose Jewel, that is a lot of locomotives, and it was scary to think that we had 100 locomotives.
And
And
before like we bought all of the big ones too, because we went through the great purchasing renaissance of the Yes Railroad, that was before we got all the big boys and daylight. I mean, that was pure like the OG
Right.
collection.
right, yeah. That's just
SW, whatever they are.
They might-
Those 623s. How many
Yeah.
of those do you have?
Oh.
Like every one? Which ones are you missing?
Yeah.
None. Doubles.
yeah.
They're
Right.
great runners.
Right. Hey, yo, Sea-Witch, I'm sorry, I don't mean to ignore you on some of these topics. You've got some great things that are great talking points. You have to come back in a couple of weeks and we can talk more about that. Like, I like this. Have you ever had any genuinely railroad experiences. You don't have to answer that one. We'll get back to that in a couple of weeks. But he's been asking about the Chinese giants out there on the Iowa Interstate.
I've never seen them. I'd like to.
I would like to see those too. Aren't they out there by Silva's? Like, isn't that the Iowa Interstate Railroad?
Yeah, the Iowa Interstate. I'm not sure if those engines are out there. I have no idea what
They
See, that's where we should have a meeting.
Silva's.
Yeah,
That's actually a good one.
that would cost everybody money.
I'm telling you,
They don't do anything there for free.
we've got the best railroad museum in the whole world. Within 45 minutes of right here. The best, the Illinois Railroad Museum. I will put that museum toe to toe with any museum, any railroad museum in the whole world. And it's just an amazing museum with so much equipment, both indoors and outdoors. Not only does it have that equipment, it's got operating interurbans, it's got an operating railroad out there where they run steam on a regular basis. They've got a Russian decapod, they've got a shay that they run out their steam lines, and they've got a ton of diesel out there that they run. It is the best. Yes, IRM. That is, in my opinion, that is the best railroad museum in the world.
Especially like in my lifetime, it's definitely like gotten better too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, they've
Right, it is.
out there is amazing. They have a whole hobby shop there now too, and they have a whole mile railroad section. I mean, they have a town that they literally built in the museum.
Right.
That's just
Right.
I haven't
Right.
even been
They've
there.
got an
since-
operating layout there that we haven't even seen.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a company in Texas. I forget the name of it. I think it's like called Train. Oh gosh, I don't remember the name. I follow them on Instagram. But they make professionally built layouts and they can ship them all around the country. They built the layout there in Chicago. I wish I would have known they'd done it. That would have been free. But yeah, no. I mean, I saw pictures of it when they were putting it in. It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's set to be. What's your? I think that like the equipment there, I cannot like say enough how many cool trains that they have. What's the? They've got an articulated Norfolk Western. That's their base. Y3, right? They've got the Santa Fe Northern that used to sit out in front of the Museum of Science and Industry.
Pretty sure they got a CB&Q Northern too.
Yeah.
They've got
The Zephyr that runs regularly. The Zephyr.
265 too. They've got the turbine. They've got an AM7, Little Joe.
Right.
I mean that. You name it, they probably have.
I've got a train that Casey Jones drove.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, they literally have the train.
Amazing interurban collection too.
Oh,
I used to hate that building because actually I never. Okay. When I was younger, whenever we went with my grandpa, he was like not really a closeted interurban guy, but he loved his interurban because that's what he rode growing up. So every time we went to IRM, we spent with Grandpa. We'd always spend the whole time at the museum in the interurban section. I always wanted to go look at the big trains instead of the trolleys. But Grandpa loved his trolleys, so. Which is cool because he actually like rode those trolleys. He's like, oh, I rode this trolley to school in 19 blah blah blah. Or he always talks about riding the promotional electroliner.
Yeah.
He said he used the test runs for it.
Yeah, no, that is so cool.
Okay, so they do have two bucks.
No, they don't. Oh yeah, they have the Q hots and they don't have the normal.
I knew they had.
Oh, is that what that one is?
Yeah. I always thought it was northern.
Is it there or is it? Man, I can't remember if it's there or Green Bay. I stood up next to
They probably have
one. The drivers were taller than me, and then
He's a tall guy.
I went up into the cab and said, "They drive this thing at 4 miles an hour. These guys are nuts."
Yeah. So SMT Mainline is also another one of the OG visionary guys for Georgia, and is the GFW Trains YouTube channel. Sparky is a huge inspiration as far as the live streams go, and SMT Mainline is
George way longer than him.
Oh yeah. But like as far as the basis of your channel and your videos and everything like that, he was one of the guys that you had been watching. You were like when his subscriber count was like less than 300.
I was one of like the first 300. So I used to talk to him on Discord all the time. I haven't talked to him in forever. I'm a mod on his live streams. Every once in a while, he's doing one. I'll pop in. He just recently moved.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's got his own house now, and so he's basically building a new. Actually, he's not building a new layout, but he's in the process. What? He's like he has his own house.
I know.
Oh yeah, but he's
Basically, I'm just like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
grow up. You get houses, man. That's what
I
happens.
mean, like, I remember he was like, I think 4 or 5 years older than me. So he's pushing
Right.
up like late 20s.
Yeah, mid-20s.
So, so he's working on taking the layout out of his parents' basement, putting it in his basement, and yeah. So, wow. But I haven't really checked into him.
Right. And I have to tell you that George, I'm taking nothing away from George. It's not that he's gotten out of all of this stuff. He still is deep into trains and everything like that. It's just that school and other things. You know, I've been thinking of baseball. Right. So okay, there's one here that I wanted to hit. So there's two actually. One circling back to Silvis, we recently started construction of a brand new roundhouse to one day house the engines. The turntable will be big enough to hold a big.
Well, I mean, they do have a Challenger there, so they'll need a turntable big enough for that.
Oh, and the old, I just wanted to make sure that you knew this, George, but the old Sea Witch said that the museum up in Green Bay has an A4 Pacific from the UK, George. Did you know that?
It's actually from, yeah, it came from Canada. That's how they got it here.
Oh, but it came from Great Britain.
Yeah. I mean, like, what's the name of it?
The Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they named it after him because he was a general in World
He's a
War II.
cool ass dude from America.
There we go.
Yeah, all right.
But I think it did come by way of So
I think that there's some like story of like an excursion out there or something like that. Yeah.
and then that like recently they sent it back for the anniversary of those A4s. They sent it back to England for a while and they redid it. They made it. They spiffed it up, made it nice, and even put the
Nicer than it was. I know. It was always looking pretty shiny.
Yes, it was always shiny, but apparently over the years, like it wasn't. I don't want to make
Super shiny.
I don't want to make a story about something I truly don't know. But one thing I do know is that like over the years, the shade of green as it was painted had changed.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the shade of green that it was.
Damn fluorescent lights.
Right. Right. Yeah.
They do that.
So, but yeah, that would fun train story about us is that with George as a Boy Scout, we went with a Cub Scout group that stayed overnight in that train museum, and we stayed overnight.
You guys
Right.
made it.
Oh my gosh, that was an amazing trip, wasn't it?
We were supposed to like the whole story was we were supposed to give us a bunch of cardboard boxes. We were supposed to get a hobo.
Yeah, like
okay.
like a Hooverville home.
Yeah, so we slept right outside of the big boy, right next to the GG1.
That's what I was going to say. Is you were hugging the big boy and you were hugging the GG1 all night, sleeping with him under your pillow.
So, what was the name of the Dwight D. Eisenhower before it was Christmas?
Irrelevant.
Not true. I think there's a lot of relevance there. I'm just trying to think of the
The
name.
Irrelevant Express.
At one point, I knew the name of all of the A4s that were still in existence.
Did you actually?
Well, then there's a name, but
Yeah.
I haven't been there since you were born.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I
think
bet
I took Katrina there. When
we
she
give
was
up on the answer for that one. What's the answer there? Okay, look at this, George. The answer is the Golden Shuttle.
Oh,
That's
cool.
a catchy thing. It's golden.
Go.
It's golden. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Want to know a cooler name? The Daylight.
So all right. Let's back this out. Let's back this out. We've got to talk about why George has some animosity for these eighth.
I don't have animosity towards the A4s. I just have animosity for people that talk about the A4s.
Which is me right now. Yeah, but that's not true, George. That's not true. Let's focus this in. You do have animosity for the A4.
No, I like them. I think they're cool. I genuinely do think they're cool. I just don't like the whole. You know what? They make the face emoji. I'm about to go on the.
No, come on, I want to.
No, I don't like how British rail fans like to talk about how it's so great and how their steam engines are so superior because they have the speed record. It's like, dude, give me an F7. I'll break the speed record. Build me an F7. I'll break the speed record. Take me to Colorado. I forget the name of the town. Pueblo, Colorado, and I'll take a steam engine on that and on flat ground beat the American steam engine and break the speed record. I think there's a couple engines on this railroad, the real life version, could break the steam engine or break the speed record. Would they do it? Probably not, because it would ruin the steam engine just like it ruined the the Ballard when they did it. So, I mean, it's just a personal, and plus, what's the furthest train? What's the longest train you've ever seen a British steam engine pull? In fact, have you ever seen that video of the Challenger pulling all those intermodal freight cars? 138 cars. That's pretty freaking amazing.
You all see what you're saying, that there are people in Europe that totally.
Yeah, because they're jealous because of how cool these are, man.
That's because
They don't have engines that go like that.
You just pull the throttle like this and like that, and the British ones you get a trick.
Yeah, lots of
It's
stuff
like
going
you're
on.
firing up a Model T.
Lots of stuff going on. Yeah.
And they have round windows.
Right.
I don't understand the round
yeah,
windows.
yeah.
No, I love those A4s. So I think those are some sweet looking locomotives. I love that. I love that. We'll have to have some
Hooters.
more time.
Yeah,
Some
they
hooter
do.
whistles,
They got
right?
motor whistles,
A little yeah.
screamers.
But we're gonna have to one day talk about that at length on a live stream. Right. So
Yes, very different style of locomotives for each country.
Right.
You bet.
right.
Like,
But that's
in
a-
India and Korea and all that. You see them, and it's like, really? That doesn't look like an engine at all.
Oh, right. Not like the bogies.
It's like, what is this? An interurban? What?
But hey, listen, guys. First off, I gotta say thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I don't need to harp on this, but if you haven't already, please smash that like button. It helps us out. We're trying to stir the pot again in terms of getting all of the people that used to watch our live streams back to watching our live streams again. We've been off the grid for a while and want to get back on the grid. So thumbs up will really, really help out with that and help us get back on the map. For those of you that are watching now, or those of you that are just tuning in and watching later, thank you so much for coming by. I love model railroading. All of us here in the basement love model railroading, and the YouTube community is one of the ways that we keep it all together. So thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for joining us here on GFW Trains, and you know, keep the firebox with fire in it in terms of doing this. We're glad to be back.
What else we gonna do when it's minus 14 outside?
True. This is true.
It's warm in here.
This is true. So for sure,
All good.
guys. Again, thanks for joining us. Bill, thanks for coming over. Being
Hey,
a part
thanks for
of this
having
with
me.
us
It's great.
in GFW Trains.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. Hope that you come back again more often with us and continue our rise back to prominence. So anyway, everybody, thanks a lot for everything. Have a great evening. For all of you out there that are headed out to Amherst, have a great show. Don't be real careful about the weather that's out there, and we'll see you around the roundhouse. Don't let the good hit you on the way out. Everybody have a great week.